Hey, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we have Nonamanadus back, and he is in his AMX M449, which is a Tier 8 French heavy premium tank. He is top tier in a 357, loaded into Red Shower on the south spawn. He's headed over to the east side, which is typically the heavy brawling area, and he immediately rams the poor Crusader SP, who has decided to set up right in front of the moving heavy tank. Nonamanadus, first thing I would say right here is I usually go to the right side of that building, and the reason is you can be spotted fairly easily right here by any scouts that get up on this ridge. It's not as bad as it used to be on this map, but that's just a small thing. But you're going to head up here, and interestingly, they are going to beat you getting here by quite a bit, and you're going to have a decent amount of friends with you, but man, they're going to bring a lot more. Nice shot on the Type 58 right there. This is a hold down spot, but pretty quickly you're going to find that they've got a bit of a good aiming situation for them over here, maybe a good RNG situation. The Rev is in that little spot there, keeping you from moving up too much, but of course the artillery starts hitting him. You are having a little bit of an issue with your depression there. This tank has pretty good depression. That guy just HEs you, and you're going to get spammed by HE quite a bit. And what you do here is interesting. You start working a little bit further up this hill, and you can see that your elevation doesn't quite let you get down to the hull of those tanks over there. I think I would have moved slightly to the right. I think what you're trying to avoid, though, is the Rev and the IS-3 who are up on the side of that hill. So if you do go too far right, they can shoot you on the side. And folks, what we're going to see here is a pretty good example of just being a defensive kind of tank. There are, I think, 8 tanks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 tanks total here on the enemy team, and he's got 5 or 6 maybe. A little bit dangerous coming up and over, looking for that shot on the T-29 right there. Your gun's been out of the game a little bit. I think if you were over down towards where the T-29 on your team is, maybe you'd already put another couple shots down range on these guys. So that's going to end up hurting your team just a little bit. But now it's just a fighting withdrawal. If these guys had all just pushed through together, this would already be over on this side. You guys have been rocked. Here comes an HE, not heat, a HE spamming 3001P. That guy just becomes a thorn in everyone's side right there. You go for the IS-3. He looks at you and shoots you. Not exactly sure why he didn't shoot the T-29 unless he figured that was going to happen. One of his teammates would get him. Another HE round comes in there. Holy cow, this dude is spamming that HE like crazy. So you get the 3001 over on the right. So really a nice job overall of just sort of staying alive, getting some shots in when you can. The only thing I'd say is maybe if you were a little slightly right. The other thing about being slightly right, however, it may have been the case that they got you when they came through and you weren't able to get around this corner. So there are trade-offs to all that. You've got quite a few tanks camping on your sniper spot up there, so they're doing a pretty good job wrecking the face of people who come through. I'd fix my commander here. You do have a med kit. Definitely fix the commander. And the other thing about fixing the commanders, that commanders are important. Obviously you can see that your spotting range is terrible. Right now the green circle is so small. The other thing about using the kit early, vice waiting for later, is it starts to regenerate faster, or sooner I guess, not necessarily faster. And it will be available for you later on. That was a nice job of backing out. I liked that right there. So you fought them as about the best you could. Go look for another seam. I just did a video on this, on finding seams, looking for weak spots to get through on the enemy's deployment. And this was a good idea right here. Just, you're probably doing this, but make sure you're checking the mini-map. And I would be checking 6 a little bit more if I were you, by swinging the camera around. Another subject that came up recently is but somebody was saying, man, you really swing your camera around, it's very distracting. And this is kind of one of those positions and reasons why I would be doing it, because I'm looking for somebody showing up behind me. It's all well and good that you look at the mini-map, but I just think a picture's worth 1,000 words. First time I saw you do this here, I was a little bit concerned you didn't just take the shot on the T-29 and back off. But then I saw, alright, you're just taking a one-shot Rev out, and the follow-on plan is to move down here, so I thought that was actually pretty good. So his gun's out of the game. KV-13's moving up. Now he's looking at you here. I would have moved up closer to him. Probably not poked around the corner because he is pointing at you. Let the KV-13 do his thing, but get a little closer in here for 2 reasons. Let him think you're closer. If he can see you, then he's not thinking. He knows you're closer. But then you can pop out faster when that happens, because eventually he's going to say, all right, I got to get rid of this KV-13. And if you're just waiting right there at the edge, the second he starts moving his turret, you can punish him immediately, as opposed to a few seconds later like what happened right there. And we're down to one tank, which you will not get any more hit points on. So nice job, 2,846. Again, fix the commander so he can get his experience as well when you get out of this game. That's another reason to fix crew members, so they're not losing out on experience because they were dead. Nice job overall, 2,846, 640 blocked. A couple of those guys were getting some pretty good shots on your weak spot on your turret on the top up there. This tank has really great armor on the front for a tier 8. So just unlucky in a couple of cases. Plus you had dudes spamming HE, and with all those tanks there, if only a couple of them are spamming HE, it doesn't take too long, even with those smaller caliber guns, to start whittling you down. So I guess I'm a little conflicted. I think you would have got more shots if you'd have moved to the right a little bit, but it's also possible you'd have been swept up in the swarm when they finally did start to come through there. So that one, I'll be quite honest, I'm kind of on the fence about that one right there. Nice job overall, like I said, though. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your support of the channel, and we will see you.